Mark chapter 3. Jesus heals a man suffering a paralysis in his hand. Beginning from verse 1. Jesus returned to the synagogue, and there was a man in the place with a disability in his right hand. The hand was paralyzed. There were people in the place who observed Jesus intently, trying to find a fault and charge against him if he would heal the sick on the Sabbath. So Jesus told the man suffering from a disability in his hand, "Please get up and stand over there." Then Jesus asked them, "Is it allowed by law to do good or to do evil, to save life or to destroy life on the Sabbath?" But they did not reply him. Jesus was furious as he observed their negative attitude and behavior. He felt particularly sad because of the hardness of their hearts. Nevertheless, he told the disabled man, "Thrust out your hand." And so he did. And his hand was healed, becoming healthy just like the other. At that point, the Pharisees, filled with hot anger, left the place immediately to deliberate and plot among themselves and with the Herodians against Jesus, their goal being to kill him. But Jesus and his followers eluded their foes and went to the Sea of Galilee, and a huge mass of faithful followed him from Galilee and from Judea and from Jerusalem and from the district of Idumea and the district beyond the Jordan, and people from the cities of Tyre and Sidon, a huge throng of people. When they were informed regarding the many wonderful works and miracles Jesus was performing, gathered around him. And Jesus told his followers that a little boat should be made ready for him, as there was a great crowd, so that the masses of people would not stampede and crush him. For Jesus had cured a large number of people, so that all who were sick and those who had disabilities and many other problems thronged everywhere around him, striving just to touch him, that they might be healed. And the evil, unclean spirits, anytime they saw Jesus, they collapsed in his presence and yelled, "You are the offspring of the living God." But Jesus commanded the demons not to inform the people who he was. Now Jesus went up a mountain and invited the followers. He wanted to join him and be his companions. And they came to him and became his companions. And he selected 12 companions as his apostles and granted them authority and power to go out and address the people, and to expel demons and liberate the people from all sorts of diseases and disabilities. The names of the 12 apostles are as follows. First, Simon. Jesus named him Peter. James and John, who were brothers and offspring of Zebedee. Jesus named them Boanerges, meaning offspring of thunder. Andrew, Philip, Bartholomew, Matthew, Thomas, James the offspring of Alphaeus, Thaddeus, Simon the Canaanite, and Judas Iscariot the traitor who betrayed Jesus. And they entered a residence. Once more, large masses of people had assembled, and Jesus and his followers had no time to eat or drink anything. When his own kindred learned about this, they proceeded to try to approach and reach him, for some were saying, "He has gone crazy, he's insane." Some authorities of the law who came from the city of Jerusalem declared he is possessed by Beelzebub. He expels evil spirits by the power of Beelzebub, the chief of devils. So Jesus invited them to come to him, and he addressed them through parables, explaining everything in detail. How can Satan expel Satan? Every nation divided against itself only comes to ruin and emptiness. No doubt, if a house is divided against itself, it only collapses. Sure. And so if Satan arises, is divided, and wars against himself, his monarchy will not last, but will only collapse and meet his doom. Now, how can one proceed into a powerful man's residence and plunder his belongings, unless he first traps the powerful man? Then he may plunder his residence. Truly I tell you now, every offense may be pardoned men, and every disrespectful speech. But anyone who utters disrespectful speech against the Holy Ghost will never be pardoned, for he has committed an offense that only results in eternal damnation. Jesus taught this teaching because there were people who said he is possessed by an evil spirit. Then the mother of Jesus and his brethren came looking for him. They waited patiently outside and sent an envoy to inform him and invite him. A throng of faithful was seated around Jesus, and they informed him, "Sir, your mother and your brethren are outside looking for you." But Jesus replied them, "Who is my mother and who are my brethren?" Then he gazed at the assembly that was seated around him and said, "Surely, here are my mother and my brethren. For anyone who acts in accordance with the will of God is my brother, my sister, and my mother."